Hey, welcome back to Skyblock. Let me show you what's been going on since you've been gone. Firstly, I expanded the tree farm a little bit with saplings I got, just to make time go by a little faster for me when I was harvesting wood. I refilled all of our cobblestone, as you see. I harvested some wood, cooked it into charcoal. Need to make some torches, because I have some big plans for today. Oh, also, there's a little bit of a stockpile of food, not much. This melon has proven to be much slower than pretty much anything else. So here's what I'm going to do today. I am going to set up an actual melon farm and then a reed farm. And in the process, I'm going to create a couple infinite water pools and get that going. I think I will do the infinite water source first, and I will go ahead and set that up right next to my cobblestone generator, if I can get out of here without getting stuck. There we go. Wow. Remember to give your water sources a roof, or else they'll freeze. Also, light, so that you don't get monsters spawning in your water. Not that they can spawn in water anyway, but on the edge of the water pool and then attacking you in your sleep. Already got the bucket. Grab the water. And water. Cool. Now we're ready to start working on the farms. Just gonna put them over here, just cause. How do I want to do this? I definitely want to drop down one more block. Hopefully I can reach over there. Come on. There we go. I think I want to do each of these 5x5. Eventually we're going to have automated versions of all of these farms anyway. There's 5. And 5. Alright, let's do our little rim to help prevent accidents. Because I know between this episode and next, I'm going to be working these farms like crazy. And I may be doing it at times when I'm half asleep or otherwise mentally incapacitated. And I don't want to fall off, because that would suck. Man, look at those trees go. Also, this cobblestone is not going to last as long as I thought it would. There we go. Just torch up these corners. I think this one will be the melon farm. We'll go ahead and grab some of our dirt and our bucket, some water, and a hoe. Alright, that should work. And then we're going to want our water in the middle. I think I'm going to start cooking some cobblestone. Oh, I already had charcoal in there. Oh well, I've got more charcoal in there now. Except I don't want to cook that many. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, you cook. I will make water. There we go. Go ahead and take this guy. That doesn't give you seeds anymore? You used to get seeds when you broke those. Oh well. Water's already starting to freeze, but that's fine. Looks like I made too many seeds. Does ice still hydrate farmland? I guess we'll find out. If it does, I wouldn't mind just leaving it ice. Actually, it's nighttime, except I don't have any bone meal. I would like to grow those. Maybe make some mushroom stew. That would be nice. So now we can set this down. Next, we need a reed farm. We're going to do the same thing, just out here. Alright. Can never be too sure. Can we reach? Come on, reach. Reach for it. Damn it. There we go. Answer that question looks like yes. Ice can, in fact, hydrate crops. Good to know. Okay. Almost there. There we go. Now in Skyblock, when you're not using mods, it's very important to build cups like this first, because you really want to make sure that you have something underneath the dirt when you go to pick it back up. Alright. Grab our handy dandy bucket again. Now remember, any 3 blocks of water makes an infinite water source. Goddamn ice. Stop that. So rather than running back and forth, it's easier to make an infinite water source right where you're working with it. And that's that. Alright. So we'll just plop this guy down here. Let him do his thing. Actually, I want to know. Oh. This is going to be an issue because you cannot plant these next to ice. So we're going to have to design some kind of roof for this. You know, this will work. We can just do this. It might look a little funny, but it'll get the job done. Alright, that'll prevent ice from forming. I need to get up top, torch it up. That should prevent anything from spawning up here. And let's see what we can do about lighting this area. And one in the middle for good luck. Okay, good to go. Now that we've got all this sorted out, we've got a great supply of food, we've got a supply of sugarcane, which is going to be absolutely vital. I'll show you why in a later episode, I'm sure. We need to create a monster spawning platform. Suppose I could just go out straight this way. Yeah, I think this will be fine. Now you want to make sure you go out over 20 blocks away from mainland, or at least the area of the island where you're going to be spending the majority of your time, because monsters won't spawn less than that. And you want to make sure you don't go over 80, because if you get over 80 blocks away from a monster, it will no longer, or it will despawn, which is counterproductive. Alright. Actually, I need to get my bucket. And grab some water. Alright. Let's head out there. I didn't actually count, but it looks like this is about 20 blocks. I'll probably go back and actually count this when I'm off camera. And most people at this point in Skyblock would take the time to build a gravity trap. And I'm not. And there's a good reason for that. That's rare drops. Oh, this sucks. Okay. But yeah, rare drops. So I'm going to be killing zombies, and zombies can drop iron armor and iron tools, and those would be very useful to me. So I want to make sure I take advantage of that. So I am not doing a gravity trap. Instead, whoa! I'm nearly falling out of the map. Holy crap. Anyway, instead, I'm going to be killing these guys by hand. Whoa, 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 whoa. So yeah, there's going to be creepers present in my trap, and I want to make sure that the ground is plenty thick so that if when creepers explode, they're not going to be taking out my floor with them. Okay. Ow. And again, I think I'll make this little room 5 by 5 because I like that number. It's a nice number. It's manageable. Oh, I have to remember to keep in mind the walls. So this platform is actually going to be 7 by 7. And it's okay if I mess up a little bit here, because it's all going to be stacked up anyway. Alright, you don't need to see me fill up this cube. So, I will see you in a minute when this is done. Alright, check it out. All done. Sort of. We just don't have a roof. I'm going to run back here. Now, if you remember, at the beginning of this episode, I started cooking some cobblestone. Let's show you what that's for. I'm going to grab this and that. Oh, experience. Huh. I kind of forgot that you get experience for smelting stuff. It's going to be useful. Need a crafting table, so I'm just going to take one out there with me. Alright. These manual mob trap areas, here's what I like to do. Cover the walls with these. Like so. Then when you look in, after you get the roof on, you'll have this little gap. Now these gaps don't actually let light through because apparently Mojang did not want people hiding lights behind these like I used to. Which I really miss, by the way. Damn you, Mojang. But yeah, they don't actually let light pass. So you can take advantage of that by using them as windows into dark rooms. And then you just build across. Like so. Yourself a little platform out here, and then from the outside we'll be able to look through and see the sky behind this room, and we'll be able to see all the heads of the monsters that appear in here. Now I have to decide whether I want Endermen to show up. Ender pearls are extremely useful, so I'm sort of leaning towards yes, but they'll be able to teleport out of here after I make the first hit, so I don't know, it's kind of a risk. And this is actually the last of my cobblestone. Alright, I'm going to put a roof on this. Be right back. There we go. Isn't that the most ugly structure you've ever seen in your life? But it works. So we got a roof on. I went ahead and made it 3 tall because the promise of ender pearls is just too much. I can't resist. I gotta go for it. I'm going to go ahead and get everything out of here. Close the door. Now, doors do let light through. So in order for this to be pitch black, I'm trying to get it so I can actually see in there. There. In order for it to be pitch black, we need to block off the doorway. There. You see how that changed color? And that noise tells us that there is a perfectly dark cave nearby. So this will spawn plenty of mobs. Let's just get away and let it do its thing. Also, while I was off camera, I made an annoying discovery. Apparently, ice does not hydrate crops, because some of this area that was hydrated has become unhydrated. So I am going to have to put a roof on this area. I'm just going to go ahead and use half slabs so I don't have to light up there, because monsters cannot spawn on half slabs. Except I ran out of half slabs. Stone slabs. Whatever. Same diff. And let there be water. I'm gonna have to swim to harvest my melons, but you know what? I don't care. That's fine. Put stuff away. Now I have an extra crafting table. See, we used all of our cobblestone. Alright. I am going to need a sword. You'll probably quickly notice I'm pretty anal about the order of tools in my hotbar. I'm not sure why. Oh, there. Can you see? The light's blocked. So we have had monsters spawn in here. A lot of them. Wow. I can't hit them through this gap, and they cannot shoot me. Happy bonus. Even the Enderman. Wow, that Enderman noise is really annoying. Ow. Ow, okay, they can shoot me. Ow. Only the one standing in the doorway, though. Alright, are we done? Let's see what we got. Got a bow, an ender pearl, bunch of bones. Nice. I bet we can shoot through that gap. Oh, these bones are going to be really useful. Because now we can do this. Grow, my beauties. And before I leave off, there's one more thing I have to do. Because I'm going to be using this off camera between this episode and next. Oh, how do I do this? Huh. I need a scythe. Oh, that's how you do it. Did I forget already? Okay. This guy is great. I am going to have to show you what he is for next time. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up, and if you want to see what I'm doing next, subscribe to my channel. See you next time.